May you be constantly carefree and stay in infinite happiness by staying aware of your unlimited rights. So, you see, we live in a world where many things happen in a day. Yes, and there are people who commit suicide, and when somebody commits suicide, then you know that this person was not able to make it through the day or make it through an hour. Yes, so something comes up, and then it's not like that person has not had any problems earlier. Of course, there are always issues, there are always situations, but then in that moment, or in that 1 hour, or in that 2 hours, or 1 day or 2 days, it became so difficult for that person to move from one day to the next that they tried to take this course. Yes, so we live in a world where so many things happen in a day. And then Baba says that even if somebody commits suicide, that's not a solution. Why? Because when that is done, then the soul takes all the karmic baggage to the next birth. Okay, so no use. So you wasted your body. You fed it for so long and then just kill the body, and then you are the same. You have to still deal with yourself or deal with the karmic accounts you have. So this is something. So Baba tells us that this is a world where increasingly, every day things happen that take away our happiness and make us start to worry. Yes, so today Baba is talking about two things: being always carefree and being always happy. Yes, and Baba says that, and just think about a soul who is in this state where they are constantly happy and always carefree, come what may. Then even if there are 100 situations in a day for that soul, they don't exist for that soul, right? They come and go, but they can't take away the most precious things the soul has: being carefree and being happy. Yes, now let's understand, how do you stay carefree and completely happy in this time of karmic settlement, where there are 100 things coming and going in a day. So Baba says, for that you stay aware of your unlimited rights. Yes, what is your unlimited right? So you see that even though you have a right over many things in the world, yes, you have a right. You think you are the mother and the father of these two children and you have a right over them. Or you think that you have a right over your spouse, or you think you have a right over your property, or you think you have a right over your degree or whatever. But do you know that this is a world where you live in that illusion, and then suddenly there is a challenge on that. Yes, something happens and then they tell you you don't have a right over it. That is why Baba says that everything belongs to you right now, but then it is subject to change. Yes, so you have it, but you don't own anything. You have it right now, but there is absolutely no ownership, because they don't need your permission to change, and they change anytime. Out of the blue, some challenge comes, something comes, and then that is challenged. But then when that challenge comes, does it only challenge that attainment or that ownership, or does it take away your happiness and your peace, and does it start making you fearful and making you worried? That is the question. Now, if something cannot take away your happiness, then nothing is taken away. So have you seen that when happiness is lost, everything is lost? Yes, or when peace is lost, everything is lost. And even if you have everything and it's a life of fear and misery and sorrow, then probably you don't have anything. Because when you ask anybody in the world, why do you need relationships? Why do you need health? Why do you need, finance? Why do you need all of this? Then they say for happiness. Now, if you lose your happiness, then anything doesn't mean anything. And if you don't lose your happiness, then even if practically you have nothing, you have everything. Yes, so Baba says that just understand that the most important thing is you remain carefree and you remain happy. And these are your real treasures. And somehow body consciousness has taught us that our being carefree and being happy is conditional upon people, places and things. This is a programming that we are suffering from. So it's a programming that you can only be carefree and happy when people, places and things are your way or the way you want. But Baba comes and tells us that being carefree, being happy is your godly birthright. Yes, so Baba tells us that being in self-respect, you don't need anybody to respect you, you don't need anybody to acknowledge you, recognize you, appreciate you. You have your own self-respect. You don't need peace and happiness from people, places and things. Yes, Baba says peace and happiness is a birthright of the soul. Now when we say birthright, what does it mean? So Baba says that you had a lot of peace and happiness and you lived in a world of peace and happiness, and as my children you were embodiments of peace and happiness. But slowly Ravan snatched it away from you. So when you started falling into the trap of these belief systems that people, places and things define me, they are necessary for my self-esteem, they are necessary, they create who I am, they decide how happy or how peaceful I can be. So Baba says that when you fell into this trap of Ravan, then Ravan snatched away all your peace and happiness. It took away all your self-respect, and then it gave you ego, it gave you anger, it gave you restlessness, it gave you many other things. So Baba says, and now I have come and I am giving back your birthright. As soon as you're born to me, first of all, I make you aware of your birthright. Just like, a child knows his father's property. So, you are a child who had forgotten your father's property. You are a child who had forgotten your property. And now, I have given back to you the knowledge of your property. Now, the second thing is, Even if you know your property, you have to claim it. And Baba says that the way to claim your birthright, the way to claim that state where you are constantly full of self-esteem, you're constantly full of happiness and peace of an eternal kind, to come back to that state, you have to follow Shrimad. You have to follow every Shrimad that I give you, whether it is the Shrimad of remembrance, the Shrimad of vision, the Shrimad of purity in life, the Shrimad of having yoga with Baba, the Shrimad of reading the Murli every day, every Shrimad. So Baba says, the more you belong to me, the more you hand over your life to me, the more you give me the right to govern your life, the more you walk on the directions I give you, the greater you claim your birthright. So Baba says, now if you have your birthright with you, now this is something that we have to ask ourselves. So Baba has come, he has made us aware of our birthrights as a soul. He is giving it back to us by telling us the method to get it back. But have we claimed it enough? Because sometimes what happens is, you have something, you know that it belongs to you, but you didn't claim it. Yes, and then some challenge comes in the way, and then it becomes, then you find it difficult to claim it after that. So Baba says, have you claimed your birthright from me? And if you have claimed your birthright from me, then you will remain constantly carefree, constantly happy, despite the vagaries of the world. So Baba says, this is a world where nothing belongs to you, everything is changeable, situations will come, they will challenge everything, every attachment, every ego, they will challenge everything. Situations are such. This is a time of karmic settlement, everything will be challenged. But Baba says, even when these challenges come, they won't be able to take anything away from you, because you are filled with the unlimited treasures that I have given you. But just take care that I am giving you everything, but have you taken it from me? Yes. Now let's understand one thing here. No situation exists always. There is no situation. Is there a situation in your life which came and never ended? No. There is no such situation. Situations come and they go. But the challenge, what is the problem? The problem is, in that period, while it persists, you lose that which is most important. Yes, and you change from within. And you run after the situation and lose, and you run after something which is temporary and lose a part of you which is permanent. So you lose your happiness, you lose your peace, you create a sanskar of fear, worry, anxiety, complaint, mistrust, so many things. Sometimes children go to that extent where they lose faith in Baba. And when faith in Baba is gone, then everything is gone. So Baba says, you lose. So this is Maya. What does Maya do? Maya enters when there is a situation, and then you keep running after that physical situation, which is an illusion, because even if one thing gets corrected today, tomorrow another thing will come up. So this is a time when situations cannot at all be taken care of completely. Even if there are certain phases where you think everything is taken care of, there is always a chance tomorrow something will come up. But in that period where the situation persists, don't lose a part of you which matters, which is, which defines your antamate sogate, which defines how you will leave your body and how you will claim your right to inheritance of the kingdom of heaven. And you see that Baba says, I am giving you unlimited rights. What is unlimited right? Unlimited right means right now I am giving you the rights which cannot be challenged by situations. So I am giving you self-esteem which nobody can take away. Ego they can hurt. They cannot take away your self-esteem. They cannot take away the meethe bacche that Baba told you, provided you remember that Baba told me meethe bacche. So they cannot shake you from your self-honor. They can hurt your ego as much as they want, but they cannot take away your self-honor. Nobody can take away your peace. Nobody can take away your happiness. If you don't have vices, if you don't have attachments, you don't have greed, then nobody, come what may, they cannot take away your happiness and peace. And then Baba says, nobody can also take away your right to heaven. Nobody can stop you from going and being a king in heaven. They can stop you from being a king here, but they cannot stop you from being a king in heaven, because here maybe somebody can win by corruption or something, that will also be called a karmic account. This is a jhoot ki dunya. So maybe somebody will win and somebody will use nefarious means. There are many possibilities in this world, because this is a world of Ravan. Ravan dominates. But then nobody can take away your right to be a king in heaven, because that is not a world of Ravan. There only the deity souls will claim a right, and you have to be righteous to claim a right there. So Baba says nobody can take away your swaman now, nobody can take away your happiness, nobody can take away your peace, but they can mess up with everything else. But if you have built your swaman, if you have built your peace and happiness, nobody can take that away. And also nobody can stop you from being a ruler in heaven tomorrow. But the only key is you don't get caught up in the temporary and lose the permanent. You should have that sight, you should have that awareness. And in my opinion also, even in the world of Ravan, if you hold Baba's hand tight, then Baba will prevail, because Baba is any day more powerful than Ravan. Yes, but the thing is, children have been with Ravan for 63 births, and then they also start siding with Ravan as it starts, troubling you. So if you maintain your self-honor, if you are carefree, if you are happy, if you move with faith, then Baba says that, and you keep, that faith is not blind faith, you have claimed your right by walking every step on Srimad, then any day Ravan will be vanquished by this strength that comes from Baba. But it takes time, and in that time, it is the test whether you are with Baba or with Ravan. So this is today's blessing, and it is a very beautiful blessing. And Baba today says that in the blessing, I'll read it out to you. In today's world, when people receive a right, they receive it after making so much effort, whereas you receive all rights without making any effort. Did you make any effort? No. Baba came and Baba is giving you all the treasures, all the rights, because I am Baba's child, so Baba is giving it anyway to me. But I have to claim it. I have to become eligible for it. Baba is giving it for free, but I have to claim it. To be a child means to claim a right. Understood? And who is a child? Somebody who does everything on Shrimat, Agyakari, obedient. When something is mine, it means that I have received a right. So, Baba's treasures become mine when you become a child. And have you heard Baba says, Balak so Malik. So the more you behave like a child, the more you remain obedient to whatever Baba says, the more you become a Malik. The more those treasures which belong to Baba become yours. Yes? So it is a wonder of myself, an elevated soul. Baba says, stay in the happiness of this unlimited right. This eternal right is guaranteed. Baba says, nobody can take these eternal right, not even your right to the kingdom of heaven. And where something is guaranteed, you remain carefree. Just tell yourself, what can Maya take away? That which is already temporary. Can it take away anything that matters? No. Anything that matters is beyond the reach of Maya, beyond the reach of the world. So, but the thing is, we have not valued that which really matters. And we have always run after that which is immaterial. Yes, so the interesting thing is the material is immaterial and the non-material is what matters. But we are upside down and we think the material matters and we lose that which matters over it. So Baba says, just understand the truth, be seated in the truth, and success will be your way. Then the slogan today is, fly high at a fast speed with everyone's blessings, and you will easily be able to cross a mountain of problems. Yes. So again, this blessing is also related to problems. So there are problems, and when there is a mountain, you don't sit and break the mountain, do you? No. How do you cross the mountain? By going above it. So Baba says, whenever there is a mountain of problems, the only way to cross it easily is to be above it. But how do you be above the mountain? So Baba says, just like, when you have to fly high, your aeroplane or your helicopter, they need fuel. So what is the fuel that makes you rise above the mountain of problems? The fuel is everyone's blessings. Everyone's blessings. And do you know that most people in the world don't know how to bless? Yes, they are empty themselves, so they can't bless. Have you seen people who only curse? No matter what you do. Yes. And let me ask you one question. Suppose you feed a beggar every day, and then for 3 days you don't feed him. Does he bless you or curse you? So you see that nobody who sees you as a source of gratifying their needs and greed can bless you. Because somebody who is needy and greedy will always look at you as an object and will never be able to bless you because he will never be totally satisfied. So Baba says, you cannot earn blessings by being somebody's object of gratification. So we have always thought in the world that The purpose of life is to find people who can be your object of gratification and be an object of gratification to others. Yes, so we always thought this way. Have we not? We have always lived in this culture where you think that if somebody is emotionally dependent on you, then you receive a medal for it. Yes, so many people cannot live without me, and so many people are emotionally dependent on me, sucking my blood all day. You like it very much. You're very proud of it. Yes. And then if somebody is looting you financially also, you like it. Yes, so because it boosts your ego. So Baba says, you cannot, but that person is not blessing you, let me tell you, because they are very empty, they are very needy, they are very greedy, and they are looking at you as an object of gratification, and you use objects, you don't bless them. So if you make somebody your object, there is no exchange of blessings. If you look at somebody as your object or they look at you as your object, there is no exchange of blessings there. You use and throw them, you don't bless them. So Baba says, first thing is blessings and the capacity to give blessings. So only when you fill somebody with Baba's treasures, yes, somebody who is full of Baba's blessings, somebody who has gratitude that I am full, and somebody who is full of the intoxication that I have Baba's blessings with me, I have received everything that I need from Baba. That one who is full of Baba's blessings is able to give blessings. So Baba says, first, show everybody the path to belong to Baba. And when they belong to Baba, they become full, they receive from Baba, then they give you blessings. Yes, because they become capable of giving blessings. Otherwise, people are not capable of giving blessings these days. So Baba says, you can only receive blessings when you bring souls to soul consciousness, when you bring souls closer to Baba, because those are the souls who have the capacity to give blessings because they have the Swaman, I am blessed. Yes. How many people have you heard saying in the world, I am blessed? People don't say we are blessed. And anybody can give only what they have. So if somebody doesn't feel blessed, how can they bless you? How can they, share that blessing with you? So Baba says, make every soul realize how blissful they are, how full of blessings they are. Bring them to that realization. Do this Ishwariya Seva. And bring every soul to the recognition and realization that the bestower of blessings is the Father, and make them reach a point where they receive blessings from Baba and they start feeling and experiencing and getting intoxicated that I am full of blessings. And Baba says, when you do this seva, then you receive blessings. So when your body, mind and wealth is used in the seva of bringing souls closer to soul consciousness and self-realization, and bringing souls closer to the realization that I am the child of the bestower of blessings, then they bless you. And Baba says, this stock of blessings which you earn through spiritual seva, this blessing is the fuel which will, make you rise high and then surmount the problems or mountain of problems. So things will come, but they will disappear very easily. because you will be able to rise above them. And these rise above them also means that first you will be able to maintain your sanity, your faith, your strength in that situation, and then that situation will be taken care of by drama. So this is it. And then today Baba talks about one thing which I would like to talk about. Baba says, when any illness comes, don't become unconscious. And do you know that although people say that we are very attached to our children and our job and our money, what are they most attached to? Their body. Yes, what are they most attached to? Their body. Every soul is most attached to the body. That is why when a physical illness comes, at that time Maya attacks like too much. So Maya attacks very profoundly when there is a physical illness. And Baba says, when there is a physical illness, there are chances of being unconscious. Unconscious means Baba has given us soul consciousness and God consciousness. And there are chances that you will forget that I am a soul and I am in the lap of Baba when there is a physical illness, because the physical illness makes you very drowsy. The drowsiness is of the soul, and the soul forgets the blessings, the treasures. It's not able to experience Baba's help. The Swaman is lost. It makes you very miserable. So Baba says, now who can become unconscious? Somebody who had consciousness can become unconscious. So Baba says, this word unconscious in the face of illness only applies to my children, because my children are the ones who are conscious. In the whole world, everybody is anyways dead. So there is no question of being unconscious. But Baba says, you, my dear children, who have risen and awakened in this new consciousness, now you don't forget your treasures, you don't forget your soul consciousness, you don't forget Baba in that illness. And then Baba speaks about the other category. Baba says, if you are dangling in body consciousness, if you don't consider yourselves to be souls, if your attention is on your bodies throughout the day, it is as though you are dead. So Baba says, can a dead person be unconscious? Yes? No, they are always unconscious. So that unconsciousness is permanent in them. So Baba says the whole world is going through a time where they are dangling in body consciousness. Their attention is always on the bodies. And you see, people are living on the surface of their bodies. They don't know anything beneath or beyond their bodies. Yes, they are not even aware of the dirt and the blood and the flesh that lives below the surface of the skin. They are only aware of the skin, the texture of the skin, the color of the skin, the wrinkles of the skin. So you see, people are living on the surface of their skin. So Baba says, not even the body, they are living on the surface of the skin. So Baba is not talking about those souls. Baba is talking about us children. And Baba says, children, stay in yoga and your pain will reduce. Baba says, even if there is an illness, there is pain, that pain will reduce if you don't fall unconscious. Have you seen that when there is acute pain, then even patients, they say, inko sone mat dena, just keep them awake when there is a brain stroke or something. And if they are awake, then treatment can be better. So Baba says, you also, in the face of acute pain, just stay in awareness, stay in Baba's remembrance. And then Baba says, in that remembrance, your pain will reduce. Your sorrow is removed with the power of yoga. But if you forget the power of yoga, how will your sorrow be taken care of? Yes? So Baba says, don't forget the power of yoga when there is sorrow. Baba says, you remain very happy. It is said, when you grind your own ingredients, your intoxication rises. So grind the raw material that Baba gives you in the Murli every day and create intoxication out of it. Remove the suffering of karma with yoga. So when there is a physical illness, lot of pain, that is a suffering of karma. But Baba says that suffering of karma has to be dealt with yoga power. So, but one thing we have to understand here is, the seniors have always practiced this practice of, which Baba every day tells us to practice. This practice of detaching from the body. Yes, detaching from your ego, detaching from your labels, titles, detaching from your relationships mentally. So Baba says, you have to practice this, because if there is no detachment, if you have not practiced being detached from the body, if you have not every day invested time and thought in seeing yourself as a soul separate from the body, seeing your spiritual identity as absolute and separate from your egotistical identity or the identity you get from relationships, if you have not done that work, then how will you detach when the body is pulling you or the relationships are pulling you? So in order to detach at the right time, because first step in yoga also is to detach. Until and unless you detach, so what is the formula for yoga? Forget the body, forget the bodily relationships and religions, and then remember Baba. But how can you forget something which you have never practiced to forget? So Baba says, this is why in order to have yoga, you have to be detached. And the only one who has practiced this forgetting the body, forgetting the bodily religions and relations, and staying in soul consciousness for long hours, they will be able to detach at the right time, have yoga with Baba, and then that yoga will help take away your pain and move you to a place of, internal peace and happiness, and allow you to give you the strength to deal with that pain until it goes away. Okay, Om Shanti.